stuff, but yeah, you don't want me to sing. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, what's going on today? Well, today we're going to open up the second of our Makers Advent calendar wee bags to see what's going on there. I just saw the best meme on Facebook actually says, I don't have an advent calendar. I'm just going to open a cupboard and eat what's in there. And that is so Christmas. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do today. Hello, if you've managed to join me, this is just going to be quick, probably daily live stream, not entirely daily live stream through December. I'll pop on at about this time every day. We will do our little advent, have a little catch up chat, even possibly see how you're all doing. Today in the UK, it's a pretty positive day because we've just heard that the first of the vaccines has been approved, and if we trust our government, should be rolled out from next week. So that's pretty positive. Hope everyone's okay. Erica's in the chat. Hello there. How are you doing? Yeah, sun is shining. It looks like a pretty good day. Oh, good. Right. I need some time in the sun. I'm just seeing how ghostly white I am just now. But anyway, let's do it. I have my Maker's Advent box here. Oh, I pretended it's not heavy. It's just huge. But number two. And if you missed yesterday, we made, it's difficult to do these things reversed. We made a bauble from our little bag. And today, here is bag number 2. I don't want to squish it too much. I have no idea what's in these. Oh, hi there, Tobias. Good to see you. Literally no idea what's in any of these. I didn't watch anything last year on what was in them because I wanted like a total. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it this year. So I wanted a total surprise. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh, we definitely have. It's like they read in my mind. If you missed yesterday, I mixed some Angelina fibers into some red that I had lying about. And this, does that show on camera? It does indeed. This looks like some sparkly red. We might be making another bauble or something. This is super cute. Great minds think alike, but that is cool. That's much better done than mine. It is, if you're going to add the Angelina, it is better to card it into the bats you've got, because then it's all mixed up in it rather than put it on top like my bauble yesterday. And yes, that's what we've got. What did they say? Red shimmer wool, Christmas bling for shining, Santa, radiant robins and glittering gifts. Check out our free tutorials page. This is a New Zealand merino wool bat and man-made fibers. So that is awesome. And Lisa's in the house. Morning, day 2. Erica saying you made it yesterday, making my hat. That is exactly what I was thinking of as well. So I'll take about half of this because I don't want to make something too huge because it could be kind of cute. So I've got half of this and I'm just going to roll it. So it's the pointy. There we go. See, we've got the shape already pretty much, and dive in, do a bit of felting. So we're making a hat because we've got sparkly goodness. This will be cute on a robin's chest as well, just for an extra magical sparkle. But there we go. Santa's hat is another super easy project you can make. You don't have to make them solid. You can make like a piece of, I think what we did for the Santa's, on the Santa, you can make a piece of fabric sort of, but I just want to do a kind of more solid hat because I can't be bothered using the second camera angle. We're just going to felt like this. So yeah, I just rolled it into a pointy shape. Carol, hi Pamino, love the sparkly wool. It is pretty. It is way nicer than what I made just by putting some on top, and the fibers will hold much better because they're all kind of woven through the fabric. So this is the right way to do it. You can buy what I created yesterday, which is cool. But yeah, definitely this screamed to me. If I hadn't already made a bauble, it might say bauble, which is cool. It's like yesterday we got the tutorial for it and the needles to be able to do it, and today we got a super nice fabric fabric, a super nice wool to be able to do it, but the red gives other ideas as well. You could also felt it into squares, into parcel shapes, and that would be cute as well. But yeah, it's going to be a nice little Santa's hat. I'm just kind of folding over the end slightly. I always feel a Santa's hat shouldn't poke straight up in the air because that little fuzzy tufty bauble will totally affect that a little bit. Sandy, hello there. Carol's going to make a hat with it to go on the reindeer when I make that. Oh, what a great idea. Yeah, I'm making this too big for the reindeer. But yeah, I could, if you've missed it, I actually did a tutorial. And I think a little hat on him would be, especially a little sparkle hat. That's a really good idea. I want to see that. That sounds so cool. See, good thinking. And honestly, you can add a Santa hat to anything and it makes it look good. Yeah, I was planning to do a polar bear tutorial as well, quick one, but I haven't had time yet. But we might that with a Santa hat would be so much cuteness. But yeah, oh, it looks like Bridget's in the house as well. So okay, we've got. I think everyone's saying Santa hat's what they've decided to make with this so far. It did absolutely scream Santa hat. Any more with any ideas of what you would use this sparkly red fiber with? I think that's just so hilarious. I bet if the makers caught my video yesterday and then were knowing what was in day number 2, I bet they were laughing that I sparkled up a bit of red that I had lying about and basically made today's bag. But that's cute. Yeah, so I do actually, this is such a cool idea that you just literally have something and then see where the inspiration takes you. Especially for Christmassy things, that's definitely fun. Because a lot of people are decorating early, or they're maybe not wanting to decorate too much or wanting to decorate a lot more. It's all going to be different this year, so it'd be kind of fun to make to make every day, to make just one little decoration and then pop it up. All these little things like the bauble and the Santa's hat as well. Another thing you can do, if you just thread up some wool or some twine or something, you can easily make like a garland of Christmassy needle felted things, which would be cool to go across the back wall there. But I can't really do that because I will be visiting my mum at some point over Christmas, so my last few days won't be here. Great ideas coming in. Sandy, the reindeer's adorable. Thank you so much. There is a video of that on this channel. It was fairly easy to make. Maybe about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how firmly you felt. Sandy, awesome idea. Little red nose for Rudolph. I think a little red sparkling nose would be a little red truck. Oh, cute. Yeah, I think that's a bit beyond what I can make in a quick video, but sounds cool. Tobias, yeah, love it. Magic mushroom. Yeah, that would be super magic with the sparkles. It is pretty much the same. No, not exactly the same. That's weird. It looks more the same on camera. I'm not sure if it's the exact same red. It probably is. But yeah, magic mushroom would look super cool. Yeah, I'm sure you all know where I went off on my little tangent there. Is just simply in the badger kit, which is sitting there, you probably can't see it for the mic, but in the badgers we've got little bits of red to make little mushrooms. So that would be cool. To make a sparkly one. Oh, Bridget had already peeked at her bag number 2. And you were laughing yesterday because you knew I didn't know what was yesterday's. That's hilarious. Like mines and all that. Yeah, I could just see you just sitting there, like, see me pick up the red and go, okay, that's kind of funny. And then see me pick up the Angelina and go, yeah. That is such a coincidence. But it just shows, doesn't it? But yeah, this is felting together super quickly, as you can see. This is a 36, 36 or a 38 needle, I can't remember. Bridget suggests a sparkly rose. What a lovely idea. I've not felted flowers. I should do that at some point. Um, Again, I don't think it's an off the bat one I can just do quickly. I'll have to think of that, but that would be really pretty. And I know you do, well, you get kits, but you can also use like cookie cutters. There are, well, not petal cutter kits that show you the right sizes to do different petals to make a rose. So we could totally use that with needle felting. And I do believe years ago, I remember seeing kits where there were like cookie cutters where you felted in the shape, where you felted in the different size of leaves and then it made a rose. So that's cool. I might look into some of those kits next year. I have this wonderful belief every year that I'm just going to have so much more time to and do all the projects I want to. But yeah, I think definitely I need to do some more felting next year. um, Although I was exaggerating yesterday. I said when I was making a dog, it was like a 2 foot long dog. He's not as big as 2 foot long, but here's the dog I was working on. So that's my last big sculpture for the year. So he's up here to get photographed. um, Guess the breed, by the way. But he's up here to get photographed, and hopefully the customer loves him, and there's not too many changes. And then I've just got about a dozen tiny dogs to make before Christmas, and then hopefully things will slow down. um, Bridget, yes, use a template, absolutely. And there's tons, depending on the size of things you want to make. But yeah, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know in the UK, a lot of the craft shops have a lot of focus on like cake decorating things, but you can totally use some of the cake decorating things for ideas for needle felting. Alex, hello there. Yeah, good to see you all. I was not sure at all doing an 11 o'clock in the morning in the UK felt would be anybody would turn up, because I know in the US it's like ridiculous o'clock. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 a.m. Yeah, so I don't expect many US people in Australia. Tobias, in Australia, it's a more sensible time. This is your evening, your cup of hot cocoa, or well, your Santa this time of year. So it should be we sniff a brandy while you're sitting watching. And for the UK, this is just a nice coffee break time. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that anyone shows up. Oh wow, and I'm seeing 10 watching and 8 likes. That is like the best like ratio I've ever had. So thank you so much, guys. Oh, Sandy, yeah, it's 6 a.m. in Canada. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm learning time zones a little bit, but yeah, 6 a.m. in Canada. So that's similar kind of time to Eastern in the US, I think. So I'll hopefully be able to remember that. And I think we said it's 9 p.m. in Australia. I think New Zealand's the same time zone as Australia. Probably isn't. You're quite a distance away. I am not sure. Terrible at remembering these things. Tobias hates hot chocolate. I'll take it then. Well, I like the idea of hot chocolate so much more than I like actual hot chocolate. It always disappoints. And then I try and put like spices, cinnamon and nutmeg and everything in it, and it sounds great, it smells great, and it just doesn't work. Doesn't work so well. It's exactly the same. I love the idea of mulled wine. Mulled wine sounds fabulous and tasty and all the rest of it. And then whenever I make mulled wine, it's always like, no, that's not as nice as how I pictured it in my imaginary taste buds. Is such a thing? So yeah, I would love to love mulled wine. Cider works better for mulling, I think. And in the UK, and for all any Americans who are here in the UK, cider is what we call the fermented apple juice. If it's just a squeezed apple, then it's just apple juice. We don't need a fancy name for apple juice. So if I say cider, I mean hard cider. That sounds so weird. But in the UK over the past, say, few years, probably the past decade or so, they've been making so many more different flavors of cider, and cinnamon ciders and toffee apple ciders and everything are super nice. Cider does take the flavor as well. Oh, I can't remember if I told you, but years ago I decided to brew my own cider. And it was great fun, but it was a hit or miss affair. But I put some ginger into some of it to brew it as well, and that was absolutely lovely. But the problem was I made like this one big batch of cider and bottled it in several different bottles, obviously, and every bottle was different. I had one I took up to my parents for them to see, was a little frisky, still a little effervescent. And it kind of exploded when we took the top off. Some of them just really felt just like apple juice, and some of them had a wee bit of the kick. So, and that was all out of the one batch. I didn't have like any fancy things to measure how much booze was in them or anything, but it was good fun to make your own cider. Sandy, yeah, in Canada, your timing is Eastern time. And Bridget, it's 10 p.m. with you. You have daylight savings time like British summertime. Oh, of course, yes. Yeah. Yes, British summertime we move oddly enough because it's summer, so the days are longer, so we move away from Greenwich Mean Time. So yes, of course, the other side of the world, your summer. Yes, look how clever I. No, I understand now. Look at how quickly that all came together. It would have been even more quickly if I'd used my 3-needle tool, but I left that downstairs. But that's a really nice felting, fiber. It's holding together super quickly because of just like 10 minutes of felting. Bridget, you open your advent calendar a day early and put a photo on social media. Oops, spoiled it for my UK friends. Oh dear. I know some people get really annoyed about that. I didn't notice, so I'm happy. But I know last year the makers were lovely enough. Well, 2 years ago, the makers were lovely enough to send me a little parcel at Christmas time, and it was awesome. But because of the speed of the post, I didn't get it till way after Christmas. But I saw everyone's posting the makers of what they'd got and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's lovely. And then last year when I got it, and I looked on and I saw some people were posting thanking the makers and stuff, and so I posted and I was like, oh, thank you. and oh wow, I got hate mail. People going, how dare you spoil our surprise? I haven't picked up my parcel yet. And I'm like, I just wanted to thank the makers. It's where I was going to bring up a coffee, but got really, really fab makers mug. That was so nice of them, and I really appreciate it. And I drink out of that every day when I'm having coffee. Tobias, I love a great turn of phrase. We're having too much daylight to start saving it in Queensland. I totally agree. I mean, I was just talking about that earlier. Where I am in the UK just now, the sun is set. Like we barely have any daylight just now. I think the sun's set in the back of 3. It's starting to get dark before 4 in the afternoon. The sun's just rising when I get up, and I'm not an early riser, so we don't have much daylight. So it makes no sense that in the summer, when we can have up to 10, 11 o'clock at night, it's still bright. But we move our clocks to a different time to save the sunshine. But I actually figured it out last year. It does make sense to an extent. Because our days are so long, we don't often get really hot days, but when we do, it's hot for a long, like insufferably. I know the Australians are going to laugh at me, but by insufferably, but it gets really, really hot. So if we've moved our clocks forward, then we have a period in the day up until lunchtime where it's not got so hot. Whereas if the clocks were at a normal time, it would be kind of insufferable first thing in the morning. So it gives us an extra hour to be able to get things done before it gets hot. And with the sun not going down till like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, we can be, when it's hot, it does sort of really last. I shouldn't complain. I need some sunshine. We've established this. I'm reflecting light. Lisa, I love the idea of mulled wine. I take a sip and realize I already decided the year before I don't like it. Yeah, totally, totally agree that I wish it was as nice as it sounds like it should be in my head. Need to invent something that actually works. Right, okay, so I think I'm just wasting time firming this up. That is definitely firm. Little tilted hat. Do I have some snow white bats just randomly lying here? That's as white as it goes. I just seen this. I also have some curls, but that would be well, hang on, would that work? That would be cute. Yeah, okay. I'm having a different Santa's hat. I randomly have some. How many curls do Yeah, I was just thinking, do I have enough to go round the edge? Oh, I do. Okay, we're making a completely different type of a Santa's hat, because he's going to have curls around the edge rather than fluff. And I think that's going to be cute. I don't think that really works. Wow. There we go. We're inventing stuffs. Yeah. Go Pam. Good idea. Tobias, daylight saving time fades the curtains. Yeah, I guess it really does. If you're having to go to bed when, if you're being in bed when the sun's up. That is cute. That really worked. Wow. That's all I've got left for a little pom-pom on top. I think we invented a nice thing. That is super cute. I would put a little bit more on because it's a little bit uneven. But there you go. For floofiness. Because if you're making a Santa and you made curls for the beard, you probably have curls lying about anyway. So woohoo. I'm just gonna felt in and sort of hollow out the top a little bit if you wanted to put it on anything, while still keeping sort of a rim flat so it can just sit as well. I'm super happy. That's like the quickest project ever, but that totally worked. Oh, Bridget, you have a long twilight in Victoria, but Queensland doesn't have a long twilight because they're quite closer to the equator. Absolutely. Sandy, so adorable. Thank you so much. Tobias's twilight in Queensland, blink and you've missed it. Yes, the further north here or south there, the longer it takes for the sun to set, which can be super pretty. And yeah, the closer you are to the equator, the sun's just like, I'm out of here. Bye. Carol, love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that was an easy project if anyone's looking for something. And like I say, they're so light that you could just put a bit of ribbon, a bit of yarn, a bit of anything through it and hang them up or sit them or stick them on top of something. I was going to say, I don't have anything that the hat would work for. Don't tell my customer. He doesn't look impressed. There we go. Don't get glitter on the dog. There we go. That's better than going and fetching my actual real life dog and dressing her up. You could also like put a little clip on it and actually use it for human decorations. You could make these little and make them into little earrings or a little pendant or something. Super easy. And the good thing is, because felt is so light, it can go anywhere. It's not gonna weigh anything down. So hey, there we go. That's a plan. I'm super happy that I've managed to do 2 projects in 2 days. I really didn't think we were going to manage that. So yay, that's happy. Happy me. Right. So, guys, I'm going to give you all 5 minutes. We'll do 5 minutes to say goodbye, and then that means it's been a 30-minute live stream. That sounds like a nice round number. And Bridget, don't tell me what's coming tomorrow. I'm excited though. This has been kind of fun. See if it's curls. If it's white curls, then yeah, totally be laughing. If it's white curls, we'll make a sheep or something tomorrow. But I don't think the makers can, from the past, read my mind this much. Tobias, yes, a Santa hat fascinator. That's the word, a fascinator. Yep. So that would be super cute. I always meant to do. You can't see him really good, but my little dog there. What was his name? Lord Squiffy. That's it. My little needle felted steampunk dog. He's got a top hat in his mouth that has the little steampunk glasses and everything on it. And I always wanted to make that into a fascinator. It is so cute. But yeah, friends of mine were saying, yeah, you should do that to sell, and trying to explain that the amount of time that it makes for something that tiny, it just really wouldn't be worth it to do it commercially. People wouldn't pay for the time it takes, but it would be a cute thing. But like jewelry, I don't often wear anything in my hair. I just tie it up out of the road. Did I even brush it today? Might have done. I'm such a failed girl. Bridget, thanks. Great project. Thank you so much. Oh, you haven't looked for tomorrow. That's good then. Erica, love the wool. I do indeed. This is a really pretty wool. It's a lovely deep red and that sparkle. I think it's not quite the same as the stuff that I put on yesterday. This has more little sort of orangey yellowy flecks, which is really cool. It goes with the hat as well, so that's good. But that is project number 2. I will just stop randomly felting, because you could felt for another hour and not improve it. Oh, I know. There we go. Sorry, Star Wars. Right. So Baby Yoda has a Santa hat. You can even just see that over my shoulder. That is adorable. Erica, I think I made a brooch hat. Yeah, cool. Again, awesome idea. Yeah, you could just like make it flat at the back, make a brooch. Super easy. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you to it to enjoy your day. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me. That was so much fun. Yeah, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Have fun.